I Am Groot. Mixed ratings, Disney Plus original series, so it's not Disney Plus. Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper. It's good. I have two things to say. One, I don't like the fact people are saying, oh, it's not fair that, Vin Diesel just walks into the studio, says I am Groot, and gets paid however many millions. And this isn't much of a defense, but it's not as simple as saying I am Groot. Because, he gets his own script where, all the other actors, their script, when Groot is talking, it says I am Groot. But for Vin Diesel's script, it will say what Groot is actually saying, so that he knows, what tone and all to use to say the three words. I know, not much of a defense, but I just want to put that in the clear. And also, Disney really shouldn't have listed it as separate things. But they're shorts. Well, you know what else is shorts? The Rocket and Groot show. It's kind of hard to know what I'm talking about, because I don't think I'm able to actually use Mobby Zen. Well, going on Disney Plus, where's my... Hold on, I'll show you what I mean. I'll go on Disney on my PlayStation. Just give it a second. Wow, loads. So there's Rocket Groot. That's not Iron Groot. That's different. As far as I know, this is a spin-off of the Disney XD Guardians show, but I don't know because I haven't seen any of them. Look at that. All 12 episodes right there is one thing. And I don't like the fact that they've listed Iron Groot is separate. I just go down to home. Also, sorry, it's really shaking using my non-dominant hand. Yeah, that's, play as if it's a movie. And you have to go suggest that here's the other ones. I don't like that. Luckily, I could use my tracker to see which one's first. Obviously Groot's first steps is first, because he's walking on the others, and also, for those that are confused as to where in the timeline this takes place, it is not long after Guardians 1 ends. Yeah. I think that's all I have to talk about it. This is as of 26 to 7 p.m. on Sunday the 14th, August 2022. Trump to Putin. Same person. This person is a Russian spy. This person is a Russian spy. Whatever. Also, we don't know what the letter contains. It could be, Dear Vladimir, you're a prick. Signed, Big Don. Just because Trump sent a letter to Putin doesn't mean that the friends or Trump supports what Putin's doing. Because I can tell you right now, he doesn't. Oh god. So, it's not enough to be trans species, you have to be, trans mythological species. I don't think it's healthy for a human to be, in the sea, or just any pool of water, as long as you're spending. That's how you get trench foot. He became this after seeing a single YouTube video. So I guess you could argue that YouTube has radicalized you. Like they said with that, I was about to say shooter, but he wasn't a shooter, he's like, oh, YouTube radicalized me. Or no, he didn't say it, but that's what the media said. Anyway. Stephen King, Trump is a sociopath who tried to overturn the American democracy. Stephen King has said things like this before, and he even said that Donald Trump is more evil than anything he has ever written. The man that wrote stuff like It says that Donald Trump is worse than Pennywise. You really hit the man that much? But, how did he try and overturn the American democracy? Horrible president and horrible person. We already know your opinion, Stephen. You've given out multiple times before. Actually engaged in criminal behaviour. Well, what criminal behaviour? Like, you can't just say that he's engaged in criminal behaviour. You need to actually say what it is. You know, was he doing drugs? Was he jaywalking? Murdering? What? And also, give us evidence. Sociopath tried to overturn the American democracy, but how? Ever in all of American history, a man less fit for the presidency than Donald Trump? George W. Bush. Strong right wing. No, there's not. No, there is not. You know how tiny the right wing is? Like, you imagine the right wing is like this massive group of millions, and they're all KKK members, but no, it's nerds in their mum's basement putting out tweets, talking crap about black people. That's it. But are you making fun of yourself? No, I'm not right wing. Strong right wing, political right wing in America. Right, you don't need to repeat yourself, Stephen. I really hope this isn't what your books are like, because I ordered The Dark Tower and I expected it to be good. They have a megaphone on some of the media. Where? Okay, there's Fox News, I'll give you that. But where else? Because everywhere else, it's a megaphone for exclusively the left wing. Not fascists, but they're hard right-wingers. Okay, well, thank you for admitting that. At the very least, they aren't fascists. But again, it's stuff like it's creatures like QAnon that gets the press. I've heard QAnon only like 2 or 3 other times in my life, and I don't even know what it is. Like, I've tried Googling what it is, and I can't get a straight answer. Yeah, Hillary Clinton beat Donald Trump by 3 million votes in popular voting. Biden beat Trump by 7 million votes. Well, okay. Biden won. So you're a Biden supporter who's complaining about the fact that Biden won because Trump didn't win, and you don't. What is the point that you're trying to get across here, Stephen? Ah, great. We have to. Okay. 50 best books of the past 100 years. And you put the book on the very left there as one of the best books. That is a pedophile book. Like, I don't know much else about it because I really don't want to do research on it because of the subject matter, but like, as far as I know, that is a pedophile book. And you're saying it's one of the best books ever. Now, don't get me wrong, it could be saying that it's wrong, like 1984 is. I could be getting it confused, and just outright saying, need to ban it because the same way that people were saying with 1984. I don't know, but I just do not want to do the research because it, it wouldn't look good. Elizabeth Warren is trending. Elizabeth Warren was running for president and was like, if Mark Zuckerberg was running for president, I'm gonna go get me a beer because I like doing human things like drinking alcohol. Oh, here, I have a dog and a husband. Don't you guys like my dog and my husband? Guys, I just got my ancestry test back. I am 0.00001% Indian. Puts on like Indian costume, like Native American costuming, like with the feather hat. But why is she trending? One of these is a spineless poisonous creature that grabs out of its mouth. The other is a jellyfish. Ha ha ha! Ted Cruz is based. Like, the more I see of Ted Cruz, the more based he becomes. Like, when he was running for president back in 2016, he just seemed like that. He seemed like a sort of Wall Street prick that was running that could steal the election out of Trump's hands. Like, divert Trump supporters away from Trump and onto him, which would make Hillary win. But since then, he's just become like really, really red-pilled. But we can't have that. Republicans are terrified of smart women like Elizabeth Warren. We fight for regular Americans. Or does she? I mean, she is saying that because she has, as I said, that very, very minuscule amount of Indian in her, that she's going like dressed in very, I'm just gonna say it, racist clothing. But oh no, Ted Cruz doesn't like Elizabeth Warren, so we need. Oh god, this is gonna be him, like not the FBI, but getting raided. It was like the next move bombing. Oh, never mind. Trump and Epstein, right? Yes, I'll admit, Trump did have a connection with Epstein. Although, who else had a connection with Epstein? Everyone that you support. Why is Priti Patel trending? Oh, maybe this isn't Priti Patel. I've already talked about this recently. Luna Park, new play, making her non-binary because, let's just disrespect the historical figure to promote our far left, gender confusing yourself, making you harm yourself, BS, spitting on her grave, her legacy, and everything that she's done. I'll admit, I don't really know what she's done other than fight in the 100 Years' War. I'm guessing she basically carried it. But I don't know, like, what her side was fighting for versus what the other side was fighting for. But I mean, making her non-binary when she wasn't non-binary shows a woman who was fighting in the army when, it was women were really allowed to do it, as far as I know. Like, that doesn't make her non-binary, that just makes her masculine. you can be masculine and still be a woman. It was a swastika by a trained military man. It's the British Army now embracing the swastika. There hasn't just been one incident, numbnuts. There's been at least 3,000 arrests per year for offensive communication. People have always been arrested for this. Look up green pen writers. Point is, it shouldn't happen when differences of opinion come into a conversation. Someone's going to be offended. They shouldn't be able to have their opposition arrested for it. If the words incite hate and violence, it's a criminal offence. Yes, but when some, like, we'll say Marcus's case, he taught his dog to raise his paw. That's not inciting violence, dumbass. It's a pug. It's not going to go out eating people. I want to say what you want, ban island, and set the rules. Okay, Fash. I bet you this guy's going to pull a Anna Supri. You know, I can call you a fascist, but you can't call me a fascist. As soon as you call me a fascist, I'm going to have you arrested, thrown in jail, and I'm going to throw away the key. White people, we do not have ancestry. I mean, I don't know about that. My ancestors went through the famine. You're white, our ancestors willingly, knowingly, and eagerly destroy their cultures to subjugate other people and take their material resources. That is your ancestry. That is what you are. Right? If I'm related to like a slave owner or anything like that, like all I can really do is say I'm sorry my ancestor was enslaving people, but like you really should not be putting the blame on me. It's out of my control. Cannot change that with good thoughts. I can change it with action. I can do good to make up for it. Even though I really shouldn't be doing good to make up for the deeds of other people. Cope, sieve, mauled, even. Amish, get the Scottish word. Controversial, I'm going to say controversial in air quotes. Comedian's Edinburgh Fringe show axed after indefensible something once it loads. Indefensible comments. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd say that they would be fine if Rollo considering he got his dick out. That's not appropriate. Even if all the audience members are adults, that's not appropriate. This type of material has no place in the festival, and the Legends will not be preventing his second and final show. You booked Jerry Sadowitz and were shocked that the show was controversial. Jerry Sadowitz. What did you expect? I don't know who this guy is, so I'm just going to assume that he always gets his dick out. Boy, I sure hope this comedian we booked is not offensive, they said about the man literally known for... Okay, yeah. In that case, it's not really my style of humour. I don't want to see that, but... You know, if he has a reputation for doing it, you really shouldn't be shocked that he did it. As for... I still believe that, you know, we should be thrown out. I don't know, one depends. Anyway. This is now Stuss's profile picture, because cringe. New Millionaire profile picture. Please don't be copyrighted.
I'm a little baby. Feed me. Honey. Feed me milk. Hi there. You're my new mommy? You're my new mommy? I need some milkies, mommy. I'm a little boy. I need my milkies. Feed me milk.
You guys are obviously straight white men, right? You've never had the experience of...
Feed me.
What does the fact that they're straight white men have to do with anything? I've seen black people on YouTube do the exact same thing. Like, it's not exclusively a straight white man thing. That's quite racist, straight phobic, and sexist.
Milk, Mommy.
being uncomfortable.
Mommy, I've never experienced diversity. I'm a little baby. My life's a piece of cake. I'm a nice little boy. I'm a little baby. I'm a little...
That seems like harassment to me, but I don't know. What, so this is like a thing where we pretend to be babies now? Why? Like, what is the point in this? Like, let me click on this Twitter page. It's an NFT. That's why we're doing this. Jesus Christ, what a society come to. I wonder what Paul's opinion is on this goo goo gaga BS. As far as I know, he hasn't given an opinion on it, but if it catches on, he will. Although, hopefully it doesn't. Trump warrant shows why deep state lied about nuclear secrets. This thing was a disgrace. Read for Trump's handwritten notes? What? Okay, I think I've already read this. And this. I think I haven't read this. What a terrible polluting environment. I know, let's put thousands of windmills there. Ah, that's better. Welcome to the Farmers' Rebellion in the Netherlands. For those who don't know or don't remember, the government banned like 2 chemicals or whatever that farmers use. Like, it's hard, if not impossible, for a farmer to do their job without these things. And the government in Denmark or whatever banned it. So the farmers are now protesting outside the government buildings. Oh, come on. Excuse you, that is running outside. New corona guidance from CDC focuses on individual decisions. Those exposed to the virus are no longer required the quarantine. Let's go! Unvaccinated people now have the same guidance as vaccinated people. Let's go! Students can stay in class after being exposed to the virus. Once again, a W. It's no longer recommended to screen those without symptoms. Hell yes. US Center for Disease Control, aka the CDC, has basically stated that the unvaccinated now have the same guidance as the vaccinated. So why on earth is the tennis player or cricket player, whatever he was, still banned from competing in US tennis events? Also, I get that. I was acting really excited there, but I mean, this shouldn't have happened in the first place. Although, the reason why it did is because government's going to government. AFP News Agency, March 5th, 2014, 6:44 p.m. Time is running out for the Great Barrier Reef. Climate change set the record. Irreversible damage by 2030. NBC4 Washington, August 4th, 2022, 6 p.m. 2/3 the Great Barrier Reef in Australia recorded the highest amount of coral cover in nearly 4 decades. Greta Thunberg is visibly confused. I know I've read this out before, I'm going to read it again because it's so good. I am appalled that Sir Salman Rushdie has been stabbed while exercising a right we should never cease to defend. Right now, my thoughts are with his loved ones. We are all hoping he is okay. Your government arrests people for tweets. What is this button? I've never seen this button before. I'm guessing this is Twitter's version of the misinformation, thing.
When this raid happened, and it was a raid. It's not a raid. I mean, with all due respect.
It, of course, was a raid.
It was not a raid. They were serving valid process in accordance with the laws and Constitution of the United States and the state of Florida. They did it with integrity. They did it with honor. And to say it's a raid...
Even if all that is true, it still is a raid. Doesn't matter if it's the FBI, CIA, IRS, it's a raid.
Is disinformation, and you guys need to drive... Excuse me.
Americans deserve answers to...
What part of it is misinformation? What, the fact that it's a raid? Like, misinformation for, saying the wrong word even then. It's not the wrong word. It was literally a raid.
Right.
Excuse me.
It is ridiculous for anybody to call it anything other than that. I don't know what you call a bunch of people unannounced breaking into your home like this and taking whatever they want for themselves. That's...
If it's not a raid, then it must be a peaceful protest.
Exactly the definition right there.
You guys need to look at facts and stop...
You need to look at a dictionary.
Trying to feed narratives. I understand why you do it, but it's not supported by facts.
If you understand why they do it, explain to us why they do it. Without saying that, they have an agenda, because so do you. Your agenda is the exact opposite of their agenda.
And so you should be better than that.
Raid the president's home before dawn with dozens of agents for a few documents that may or may not belong to the National Archives.
Sir, excuse me. No, excuse me. I'm not going to let you get away with it. These people did their jobs. They've been smeared.
Get away with it? Get away with what? Like, he's just a news anchor, dumbass. Put your finger down.
As the Gestapo for doing their jobs. They did a search warrant.
Don't call me a skeptic. I don't buy that for 1 second.
What you just said is editorializing.
The fact that the FBI, I think this is something else that's very upsetting to the American people, has been focusing their time and energy and resources on this.
What were they supposed to do? Just ignore it? Of course not. They went, they followed protocol.
I don't think they have a thing, and if they did, it would have been leaked by now. Ron DeSantis thing.
This seems weird because, as soon as they stop talking, it just freezes. It kind of looks like it's been edited, but I don't know.
Laura Trump, as always, thank you. More Hannity coming up right after this.
Stand for this is manipulated media. No, it's not. It was a raid. Basically, the only thing that was raised there is that it was a raid. The fact that Sean Hannity used the word raid, and Ron DeSantis, whoever the hell that was like, no, it's not a raid because they went through all the legal channels. Everything here is legal. It's still a raid. When a government agency busts down, or not even if they bust down your door, if they knock on your door and say, we have a search warrant for your house, that's still a raid. Also, I'm just going to say this, only 2 presidents that deserve to have their house raided. George W. Bush and Joe Biden. This is a forgery, splicing together two different videos to make it look like DeSantis was defending Biden's raid on Trump's home. 1.7 million views, 28k likes, but Twitter won't remove it because they like its politics. But if you criticize Pfizer, your account will be suspended. Okay, so, right, it was a forgery.